All right, everybody, welcome out to the Lager Room Guys Craft Beer Show. It is February 25th, 2026. Jersey Johnny coming at you. With me, as always, is none other than Mr. Beer Samurai. Say hello, Mr. Samurai.
Hi, and happy St. Paddy's Day.
Happy St. Paddy's Day 3 weeks early. Well, 2 weeks and 6 days early.
Yeah, but we're not going to do it on St. Patrick's Day because we'll be on vacation that day.
We'll be on vacation that day and that week. Yes, yes, we will. I see you got laid today.
Yep, I can get laid whenever I want. I have a whole box. I have a whole box.
Yeah, well, you laid yourself. I mean,
yeah.
Let's call it what it is, right? All right,
It's called self-love.
There we go. How's that?
You got stuck in your mouth there.
There it did. Now, just remind me later after we end the show, before I take my headphones off, to take this off first.
No, because I want to watch you do that. You'll take. I never get to.
There you go.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, so how are you on this fine February evening? With I think we got a little snow the other day.
We got a little bit of snow, and we'll touch more on that later. But the snow did have an impact on our show.
It did.
We'll explain as we move along. But we got we still got stuff to do tonight.
We got stuff to do tonight. We do. Roll through the days, if you will.
Oh yes, let's do that first.
All right, so everybody, happy National Clam Chowder Day. Now, is it Manhattan Clam Chowder or New England Clam Chowder?
Or Rhode Island Clam Chowder. Don't forget there's a third.
Quag, yeah, Rhode Island Clam Chowder.
Well, no, there's a big difference because even the broth is different. There's no tomato. There's no cream.
Mm-hmm.
It's clear.
It's clear.
Ish. It's brackish.
It's more of a brackish broth, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a fan, actually. I'm a big fan of Rhode Island. Not so much their
Yeah, I've had it a couple of times. It's all right. I don't really like it.
No. Give me New England every time.
I want New England. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I grew up loving Manhattan. I can't say loving. I grew up loving Manhattan, but I grew up liking Manhattan more than New England. But probably somewhere in my 20s, it shifted.
Yeah.
And I still do enjoy a nice bowl of Manhattan clam chowder, but give me New England every time. That's what I want. I can't go to anywhere in New England without getting a nice big bowl.
And sometimes in a bread bowl.
Sometimes that's always the best thing. Any soup in a bread bowl, though. I mean, come on.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you can't be.
Chicken noodle in a bread bowl. I don't know about that.
Chicken noodle bread bowl is all right. It's probably the worst of them, but it's still, anything. It's bread, right?
Bread.
How you passing a bread, right? And then we have it's Russian Warship GGY Day. I know
GFY. It's GFY. Did I?
You type GGY.
It's GFY. It is Russian Warship Go Fuck Yourself Day.
There you go.
There we go.
Hold on. Was there a comma in there too, or did you put that in?
Yeah, there's a comma.
Russian
Warship, go fuck yourself.
How's this? There you go.
Yourself. I forget what the island was called. I think it was called Goat Island, where you had a couple of very small staff of Ukrainians guarding the island, and a Russian warship came up and told them to surrender, and they just replied back, "Russian warship, go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
Of course, the Russians did capture them and take the island, but that's.
Yeah.
You gotta love the spirit.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, gotta love the spirit.
Yeah. So, and to wrap it up, it is National Chocolate Covered Peanuts Day.
Peanuts, yes.
National Chocolate Covered Peanuts Day.
Yes, I typed it correctly. Okay.
Yes, you did. You didn't type that one incorrectly. Fortunately, because I would have been like, that's
a whole different show.
That's a whole different show.
But I really just want to get. Let's just move on to what we're here for. We're celebrating St. Patrick's Day early for a couple of weeks. Like we said, we're going to be on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
But last year on Valentine's Day, prior to Valentine's Day, we had a Belgian Chocolatier on the show.
We did that.
That Belgian Chocolatier also does stuff for St. Patrick's Day, and
he does.
They've got a new praline this year that I'm really excited about.
All right.
So I think we should bring him back on the show.
I think that's a good idea. What do you say? We bring him back on the show?
Yeah, I think we bring him back.
Let's bring him back on the show. Please welcome to the show, Benoit. How are you, sir?
Wee confetti. I got a mess to clean up now.
I am doing great.
Well,
Thank you.
it all came in the box.
Yes, you got like all the
Oh.
little confetti.
Yes.
And,
You get stuff too. Be prepared when you open the box because it's not as bad as glitter. I'll tell you that.
Mhm.
No, yeah, we try to also respect the environment in how we ship things. So we
Yes.
switched from plastic to paper.
There you go.
For that reason, there was a lot of pushback about even Amazon is doing it. Why wouldn't you? And we're like, all right, we're going to just, if the bigger ones can do it, so should we. And at the end of the day, that should not be the debate. It's what's inside that actually matters.
Well, that goes for a lot of things, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's what's
They
inside
get
of it.
very, very, very festive because in my box I got a Happy St. Valentine's Day card.
There you go. And we actually specifically wanted
Patrick,
to
not
use
Valentine,
green pens for that.
Yes.
There you go. So I got a surprise for the two of you, gents.
Did it just arrive?
Oh.
Woohoo!
It just arrived. We were afraid that John wouldn't have his chocolates for the show because the storm slowed down UPS. And they got there just in time. That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Just in time. Hey, I got my Happy St. Patrick's Day card too.
There you go.
All right.
So,
That's amazing.
So let me put the confetti back over here. There we go. And anyway, so so we're here today. Dave, go ahead. Tell
I just did notice that I confirm. If someone is stealing it from you, we will know it.
there you go.
Just got the notice.
And there you go. So today we're going to be pairing chocolates with instead last year we did Belgian chocolates for Valentine's Day with Belgian beers. This year we're doing Belgian chocolates for St. Patrick's Day with Irish beers or St. Patty's Day beers, as it were.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think all three of mine are Irish. I think all three of Benoit's are Irish. But John couldn't find all of them.
I couldn't. Yeah, exactly. So one of mine is Irish. One of mine is made as an Irish ale. And
Irish style.
It's Irish style, and the other one is a German style, but made by a brewery in near Boston. So we'll consider it.
Okay, we'll see how that goes.
Irish enough.
There you go. But that's later, and I'll probably do like a sort of an interesting attempt at a black and tan with that too. So,
and now we have my favorite Belgian living in the U.S. Used to be my second favorite Belgian, but Chris moved back to Monaco. so Benoit's now my favorite Belgian living in the U.S.
Yeah, I don't know if he's watching at 2 a.m., but we'll make sure he knows that we mentioned.
You never know. The champagne might still be flowing at 2 a.m.
Oh yeah, the way we trust him, that should be the case.
Now we're going to do what we did last year for Valentine's Day. We're going to have Benoit run us through a pairing of chocolates with beers, explain the cordials, and why we think they're going to work with these beers. And I can't wait to get to that last one. That last one's the new one.
There they are.
There you go.
There they go.
Yeah, and I said I was going to try not to, lose everything on the camera, but this is like a close-up.
Very nice.
Got the fancy tray.
Yeah. We, everything looks better and tastes better when, it's called the cricket effect in Belgium. We call that way. It's when you go visit the vineyards in south of France, and it's beautiful, and you taste the wine. And maybe even the guide from the winery is actually good looking, and there is the crickets in the background, and they go like, would you like to buy a few bottles? And you think it's so wonderful, of course you want to bring it home, and then when you get home you open the same bottle and it doesn't taste great. And the reason is, well, the crickets are gone, and so the cricket effect is a very important aspect of how you enjoy things, I believe.
Love it.
So it's just you're saying like the atmosphere around you makes things better.
Makes normal things taste exceptional. Yeah, exactly.
I would agree with that, actually. We've talked about that on the show a lot, how the atmosphere in a brewery can make the beer taste so good, and then when you get home or have it in a different place,
there you go.
It's like because you're having fun. You're really enjoying yourself, and I think it's like part of the endorphins that are released helps make things taste better.
Of course, 100%, 100%. Yeah, there's. I mean, for me, I've been at breweries that had adequate beer, and that's putting it the best I could. But the atmosphere, the vibe, if you will, was so fantastic. The beer was great. I've been at breweries that had fantastic beer, but it was so stale in there. You know, the beer was good. I appreciated it, but I was like, I'm not gonna have another one. I'm leaving. You know. So yes, the interactivity and the atmosphere and all of that, put it together. That's the most important part. Well, it's not the most important. It's a very important part of it. The most important part is the liquid has to be good.
Let's do one thing first for people that were not watching the show last year. Mm-hmm. Tell us about the shop. Let's start there.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, thank you. So look, this is a shop we opened in 2021. Any good marketing and business management advisor will tell you that you do not open retail during the pandemic. However, we were a at-home cottage kitchen, and we only had a website and an Uber Eats account. We did not have a storefront. And when the pandemic hit, everybody, shifted from in-person events to being at home and eating chocolate, and we couldn't cope with the demand. One of those that was doing that was the Belgian embassy in Los Angeles and in New York, and so they converted event money into virtual events. And of course, chocolate is well known in Belgium, so we had to ship boxes to, I think it was 250 in total, different people that were normally invited for those more prestigious events. And then we did a virtual tasting of chocolate. And obviously, everybody thought it was a great idea. And oh, by the way, why not offer some chocolates? And so we could not face the demand and produce from a basement. So we opened this place. And it's amazing how easier it is to hire people when there are windows and it's not cold a bit. And so that was the kickoff of the story of Atelier Chocolat in Fairfield, where we then expanded. So you don't see them really well, but in the back you have like all the chocolate melting machines. And then in the back we have a room for events where we do receptions and also classes. So that's the story of the store. And it's been featured in a few TV shows and other stuff. So we really enjoy where it did bring us, because that was not the plan. We were just hoping to pay the rent, the time that the pandemic would pass, and see what happened. And then we realized we should absolutely keep this place. So that's how we landed here. We were very ingrained in the community, using some of the local products, and then also hosting some of the Chamber of Commerce events and everything. And so that network of businesses really helped us. We did not have experience in what is it to open a restaurant, what is it to open a store, and actually we thought everybody was competing with each other, and it's just the opposite. Like all the businesses are tightly knit, they know each other, any opportunity they have to help each other, they use it. So that was also like one of the nice upside that we had no insight into, and again was not part of the plan. And then the demand that we have been met with, I think we ended up changing the habits of what giving a gift is in the region. And 5 years later, we definitely are part of people that where their parents or their kids are visiting Fairfield, they come to show the store. You have to visit this place. I love to go there. So now we feel pretty much established. So that's the story of where we are.
That's great.
And I'm gonna clarify one thing. It's Fairfield, Connecticut.
Fairfield, Connecticut. Yes.
Yes, there are a few Fairfields. There is also a trick, which is the plaza where we're in. We have a restaurant, a florist, and a wine store next to us. So we never ran out of anything, whatever we had to face as celebration. So pretty good address. And then next to us is a gym. So anyone who has too much of them, they can come over here, and everyone who has too much of us, they can go
over there. Yeah,
pretty good set of businesses around us.
Love it.
Very symbiotic. I like that.
Very
yes,
symbiotic.
exactly.
Absolutely. Couple of comments really quick. We'll just get to real quick through. Brian Boak, cheers. You're late. Just finished my first beer. Boak's beer Blunderbore. He's ahead of us. Vanessa Kitty, who's in Connecticut herself.
Yep.
She says hi. Brian Boak chimed in again. He said, I had ordered a 20-pack of chocolates for Valentine's Day. Did not realize I could order for tonight's show. So
Nice.
So we
You
apologize
can
for that,
replay it.
but you're gonna we'll replay it. We can definitely let you know which ones to. Well, you'll find out which ones to order anyway and how good they are
as you watch.
as you watch.
Yeah, they are on the website as the Lager Room guys. So if you search on the website, they will come up, and then that's the one you should order.
And there you go. You grab that box.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you very much. Vanessa Kitty said back. Hi. She must have left and came back. She did say she's planning to cure and smoke her own corned beef this year in the spring.
For St. Patty's.
And she says these are looking delicious, the chocolates. And she also said atmosphere matters for many endeavors. She said yes it does. So on that note,
I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. I want chocolate. Let's move. Benoit, start us off. Where are we starting?
Where are we starting?
So we're starting with this beautiful green heart, obviously, because St. Patrick is the way to go. And what we should do first is have the beer.
Right.
So you are the beer expert, so you suggested to pair it with?
I'm starting with the Guinness Foreign Extra Stout.
Okay.
This is Benoit. The reason I want to go with that is, Jameson's, even though it's a smoother whiskey, it's still a whiskey. And I wanted something with some beef to the beer to go with it. And so I wanted to see how this stood up to a whiskey chocolate.
All right.
So, John, I know you've got something a little different, right?
Yeah, I have something. Well, I have one for one of your other two beers. I have one that's going to AB it, if you will. Yeah. And the other one's going to be for the third. So but to go with my third beer that I have, it's going to be completely different than what you're doing. But I'll give you that opinion on how it tastes with it.
So we should start with the beer.
Yep.
And then have a bite of the chocolate, keep it melted in the mouth, and then have another sip of the beer. But we'll go step by step. So I'll let you comment on the beer. I decided to take this glass for all the flavors and distance a little bit from the classic Guinness.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I went with classic Guinness glass.
Of course.
There you
go. The reason I like Foreign Extra so much is it's the boldest of the Guinness. It's the roastiest.
Sure.
And the way that roast hits the back of the upper palate, I really like how it lingers there.
Is it the way they're roasting the grains, or is it? Yep.
Yeah. So there's one of the grains that's a classic grain in stouts. It's something called Black Patent. Black Patent is just this side of burnt. When you get a dark stout, more than likely it's the Black Patent giving you all that color. Chocolate malts will give some of the color too, but they're going to deliver more of a brown or a ruby color, like in the standard Guinness. This is not ruby. This is actually a pint of black, and that's mostly going to come from your Black Patent. John's more the brewer. He can correct me if I'm wrong here.
No, he's spot on. Yeah, you're getting the heavier, bolder flavors, the roastier. Not so much the chocolate, but the darker chocolate and roast flavors. That's he's spot on what he's saying.
Yeah, it's the intersection of a bitterness from chocolate and bitterness from coffee. Mm-hmm. So, but it's actually really malty, but not in a traditional malty way. So really, wow. So I'm curious.
Okay, so let's see how this works with this.
So this year we did the traditional Jameson. We played with the double cask and the IPA Jameson before. I wanted to go back to like the origin. So this one is like the more pure traditional Jameson version of this edition.
Yeah.
So initially, you get the cream of the ganache, but then the Jameson is coming out because of your mouth is warming it up.
Mm-hmm.
About now. So you get that nice Irish cream
Yep.
flavor with the Jameson profile. And then the milk chocolate elevates everything to the toasty side of things from the whiskey
Yes.
that you taste as well. And then it brings the cream. But what I really like about this chocolate is that the cream is not a Bailey's version of a whiskey cream. It really is the whiskey and the chocolate. You get the milk chocolate more than you get any cream from the. So keep a little bit melted, and then we're going to do the pairing.
Take a little bit more.
That's
wow, that
effect.
It made Jameson pop right back out.
It's like
that was
crawling its way up, like amazing.
Yeah, it's like I'm not going away easily. I know there's a strong beer, but I'm whiskey. Damn it.
Correct. There is definitely some territory definition here.
Right. With the lager I'm drinking, it did absolutely nothing to it.
Okay.
I could still taste both independently. So what I'm going to do,
don't combine. Yeah, you should try with that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the rest of this one, and then when we pair with the stout I have, I'm going to try it again with that.
I also like the aftertaste a lot. There is a very clean, almost initial IPA finish, like super hoppy finish. Like the hops are coming out, filtered out almost from the Guinness.
It's funny you said that. It actually, I'm getting a little bit, and this is just a lager, so it's a very low mild hopped beer, but I did get a little hop presence from it. But it maybe it's accentuated from where this lager would normally be at. It was pretty interesting, but I don't want to do it again because I want to keep that piece for tasting it with the stout. So
yeah, and the Guinness is interesting because it's 7.5% alcohol. So when you think about it, like the alcohol of the Jameson is also going after the alcohol of the Guinness and kind of diminishing the effect. So we go back to what is the essential flavors that we did not get in the beginning? And honestly, hops were missing from. I had the bitterness, the grain, everything, but that actually is a really good contrast. So when you do pairing, you may have completing flavors, like you have a chocolate and a caramel or a port, and they complete each other. And sometimes the flavor contrast each other. This is a very good example of contrasting flavors, where what comes out is nowhere to be found from the individual products before.
Nice.
What I thought was interesting when I took the first bite of chocolate, you kind of got that vanilla cream first. And when the whiskey started coming out, you started to get that little slight citrus note that Jameson has. Then when you took the beer, Jameson popped out, but not with that citrus note. It hit with all its booze.
This is why I love any type of drink and chocolate pairing, because when the pairing works, what comes out is really unexpected. There is something magical that happens in how, and everybody can taste, but the fact that those tastes are now becoming obvious compared to they were hidden, that's actually the magic of the pairing. Yes. There is another comment too, is the beer is colder, like I believe yours was too. It took more time for the Jameson to come forward because it needs to evaporate because it's an alcohol. So it needs to evaporate to taste it. And so it can hit your saliva, it will not taste it. It needs to heat the warmth of your mouth, which was cooled down by the beer. So it takes more time for the Jameson to come out compared to what we normally would have when we eat the chocolate. That was an interesting
That was a neat experience.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to getting some of that with the stout in a little bit, but
okay, we'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it. It was interesting with this stuff. So, but
especially on I think for me the hops coming out so clearly from. I never really thought of a stout and hops when you enjoy a stout. Usually, right?
It's all malt, right? Yeah. The hops used in the stout enhance the flavors of the malt.
Okay,
They're not there. They're not there to be. They're not the star of the show. The malt's the star of the show in that, right? But
okay.
the hops are an enhancer and to different,
They're mostly there to knock down any sweetness.
Sure.
That's
Okay.
left
And
over.
also to dry it out at the end. You don't want you don't want
Yep.
something that the finish is going to be lingering forever with the sweetness. The hops will dry out the finish.
Okay. So we did bring the backstage to the front.
There you go.
Yes, we did. Those are always fun. I love when that happens.
Yep.
There you go. All right.
Okay, so our next one.
So
We're jumping ahead, or
the next one is a little bit of a classic. So we're going to do this dark chocolate Baileys. And so everybody knows Baileys. There is something really magical about that chocolate. I never had Baileys with chocolate. You have Baileys as a dessert, you crush ice, you put it in it. You just say, I'm being reasonable. I'm not taking a super hard alcohol to finish my meal or, as a nightcap. That's my definition of Baileys. Super indulging, super nice. Never thought of it with dark chocolate.
Sure.
And then one day, I don't know how it really happened. I think we poured Baileys we do little chocolate shots in dark chocolate and in milk chocolate. And so
I need to order some.
They look like little cups, and they're super environment friendly because there is nothing to clean. You just eat it. and so we did it with Baileys because it sounded obvious, and then something totally different popped, which is the combination of Baileys and dark chocolate. And we were, I think, 2 to 3 years before Baileys released a dark chocolate version. So I think they're so right because we thought about it before. And so that's what we're going to experiment. And so we're experiencing this one with the classic, with the classic Guinness.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to get mine in the fridge.
Dave, which one are we doing?
Classic.
This is the Baileys.
The Baileys one. I'm saying, which one is it?
It is this one.
It's this one.
It is that one. Yes. So while he's getting his, I'm going to do one of my favorite things to do, which is to show people how to pour a can of Guinness. Right, you put it right in there, right upside down, and just pull as it approaches.
There you go.
Now, the thing that I learned is Guinness should be ice cold. When it is ice cold, it's weird because most beers, when they're ice cold, you don't get the flavors. Here we go. Look at the cascade. There's the cascade. Isn't that a beautiful thing?
It's magic.
A lot of beers. when you get an ice cold beer, normally you don't get to really taste it, and the reason for that is because you're numbing your taste buds. That doesn't happen with the Guinness for some reason. For some reason, that cold enhances the Guinness. And usually I won't drink a Guinness until we've gone all black and white. So I'm just trying to vamp and give time for the Guinness to settle down. John, you've got a Murphy's.
I got a Murphy's, yes. So
John's got a Murphy's nice. There.
So,
and is that nitro?
Nitro. I did the same pour you did. There you go.
There we go. Mine's still cascading. How about yours, Benoit?
So I regret I did not bring my Guinness glass. I decided I wanted to serve in that one just again for the flavors. But my cascade is almost done. You see, there is a little bit of a constellation.
Mine's almost there. And the thing is, on the pour,
did you split the G?
I was going to ask.
No, I have not split the G. See, the problem is usually, with American Guinnesses, I drink it in one gulp. So it's really hard for me to split the G. To me, that's not even a sip. That's just wetting my lips.
There you go.
Just get to splitting the G. And I'm sorry, drinking is not an accuracy game.
No, it's not.
It should never be an accuracy game.
So, yeah,
I don't condone this behavior.
All right. That's the next Locker Room Guys T-shirt that we're gonna have for sale. What's this splitting the GBS? Drinking is not an accuracy game.
Unless you put the G on the bottom of my glass, I'm never going to split.
That's
the
even
G.
better. And then we'll put that there and just put the G on the bottom. There you go.
At the bottom.
Split
the G.
This is how I split the G.
And in the middle of the G is right at the bottom of the glass inside. So half it's below, half it's above.
There we go.
Sign me up for one of those when
Like that.
when you do that.
We'll have to send you one of those.
Good.
Okay, my cascade is done.
Okay.
So let's give this. You see, got a nice frost in the glass too, so it's good and cold.
Mm.
Let's get that.
There you go. Yep.
No. Love this beer.
You can always tell they're not too different, but you can always tell the flavor of a Murphy's versus the flavor of a Guinness.
There's an inkiness to a Guinness.
Yeah.
And not as a flavor.
It's Murphy's is
even as a
drier.
flavor.
Murphy's is definitely a little drier.
Yeah.
But they're close. They're close. So anyway.
It would be interesting because there is a creaminess to the Guinness, right? Like the cream pint, and the Irish cream is kind of okay. How will those two work together?
Sure.
It's going to be interesting. Now, my thought behind wanting to put these two together is something that is a real root thing to say in Ireland, any part of Ireland, but in the U.S. we commonly do something called an Irish car bomb, which is dropping Jameson and Guinness shot into a Guinness and chugging the whole thing. Most people do it with half a Guinness. Pussies.
Well, you can't do it with a full Guinness because you're going to lose part of it.
No, I do.
No, you always got to. Well, you can get the full Guinness, but you got to take a sip before you put the. You can't put a shot glass in a full Guinness glass.
If you're using a full Guinness glass, it only comes to here. You got plenty of room.
If you use an imperial Guinness pint and you put, but if you're in a bar and they're pouring you a pint of Guinness, or then if they fill it all the way up,
you need first.
Yeah, if they're pouring it into one of these.
Well, hopefully they're not pouring. Hopefully they're not pouring a Guinness into one of those. If you're in an Irish pub and they pour you a Guinness in a shaker pint, leave.
Yeah. I condone that.
All right, so we're ready for the chocolate. So the chocolate, when we designed it, we also wanted like those silver and golden colors.
Nice.
Not because of the Guinness, but we thought that it was a little bit of a suited up chocolate for New Year's and the fireworks and everything. So we were thinking, okay, Bailey's is also like a celebratory drink.
Sure.
And we wanted like a festive chocolate. So when you bite in it, so you get immediately the Bailey's.
Oh, yeah.
We're using the Bailey's instead of real cream to do that ganache. So it's a boozy version.
Oh yeah.
And then you have the dark chocolate crunching. But at some point, not yet, we're getting there, it's going to melt.
Yeah.
And then when it melts, you have that combination of Bailey's and dark chocolate, which is totally elevated experience. Not your dad's Bailey's.
Okay.
And that combination is really nice with that bitterness and everything. So keep a little bit, and then we're gonna have a sip of the Guinness.
Chicken in the walls.
Oh, this is interesting. I thought we were going to have a combination of creams, and it's just the opposite. It removes the creams from both.
Yeah.
We actually go back to the whiskey of the right.
I'm getting more of a whiskey. There's no cream there.
Yes, and
I'm getting roasty stout and whiskey. No cream on either side.
Correct.
Yeah.
That effect is
What's
surprising.
What's interesting is it basically took away all the body of the beer.
Yeah.
It almost made the beer watery.
Yes, correct.
That's what shocked me the most was the mouthfeel of the beer. 100% changed.
Totally. So if we have another sip of the beer now, we remember where we come back from.
I want to find that. I want to see that again. Home.
And actually, it makes the Guinness more subtle.
Yeah. More subtle, and I'm still getting a lighter body.
A much lighter body, and the creaminess is gone. And it's just the boozy whiskey in the chocolate, and the roasty stout in the beer.
So if anyone does not believe that the Guinness is a light beer, it's like less calorie. It's that's not the perception of. You do that combination, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, I get it.
Or go to a bar where it's not properly kept or poured, and it's basically black water.
Yeah, coffee with a little bit of something on top,
and old black water. It keeps on rolling.
Yes, it does.
Mississippi Moon.
Keep on rising.
Keep on shining on me.
Shining for me. Keep on shining for me.
Very nice. I mean, it's not. Guinness is not a. It's not a high 80. Guinness is 4.2%.
Yeah,
and this Murphy's is actually only 4%.
Wow. Yeah, it's a 4.
It's a sessionable stout, right? It's just really what it is.
And so
in both cases, we've taken a stout and had them completely dominated by
the chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah, and by the whiskey, I think the whiskey plays an amazing role here, in how they play together. I think the dark chocolate also here is interesting because the other one is entirely milk chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
So when you taste the Guinness, there is this there is an aftertaste of chocolate and cocoa, and actually when you have the dark chocolate with it, totally removes that from the Guinness too.
Yes, it did.
And so we go back to almost a naked Guinness, I want to say, right? And which is really the effect we had compared to the Baileys, where we actually suited it up with the dark chocolate.
Right.
Like I think the Baileys has an elevated flavor here.
When I compare the two pairings, what's very interesting is with the chocolate for both the Guinnesses, the malts really came out. And you could really taste the difference between the malts used in the foreign extra stout and the malts used in
the traditional.
While you guys chat about that, I'm actually going to experiment with the Jameson.
Yes, no, it's your turn.
Yep, give that a shot.
So I still have half of it.
So do I. Let's see how this works with the Guinness.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You get that explosion?
Yeah. Yeah, it worked with this too. I can only imagine how it was with the foreign extra stout. Yeah.
Yep, there it is. What's interesting, though, is with this Guinness, the cream character is still there.
Yep, the cream is still there.
Where in the foreign extra, the cream character disappeared.
Was gone. Yeah.
Yep.
It's almost like cream. Like I almost have an aftertaste of butter, like a cream.
Yes,
right?
yes, butter, absolutely.
Yeah.
From that combination with the Guinness.
It's crazy, right? That's so wild. Wow.
And
oh my God.
I really like that Jameson, super traditional, clean, distilled way of distilling. I think they triple distill, I think, if I remember well from my visit into
triple filter or triple distill.
I think they triple distill, right? So the way they do it is that every time they distill, they just remove the beginning and the end of the condensation, and so you get to something more pure if you do it more than once. I think that's why you do it, but we may have better experts.
No, it's distilling. That's what it is, and it's a quicker way to get to the nuts and bolts of it, but that's basically what it is.
Yeah, I think that the second the pairing with the Jameson has an aftertaste which I like more than the one with the Biddies. I don't know, but you guys.
What I like about the second pairing is it's closer to what you were going for with the chocolate.
Yeah.
Right. You've got the whiskey and you've got the cream. Whereas with the first pairing, I found that a little more surprising because of what was removed from both sides of the equation. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one was my favorite, but there was definitely a difference on what canceled where.
Yeah.
The chocolate definitely stood up more to the Guinness draft. And the Guinness, for an extra stout had something to say about them.
Yeah. And the whiskey was like, no, I'm here. And then the stout was like, no, I'm still here too.
It lost the fight in the end, but it still had a lot to say about
Correct.
Yep. Yeah, the whiskey was the victor, and the extra stout was going, yeah, but you should see the other guy.
You just said that. It made me think of another song. You got the whiskey, I got the cream. Never mind.
Never mind. This got on to Def Leppard now.
Pour some ganache on me.
Okay.
All right, so we do the third one?
Now,
Let's do it.
let's do the third one. And I have been looking forward to this since I went onto the website to see what was new with Belgian Chocolat and saw the new one that you have put out. Before we even talk about the beer or sip the beer, I want you to talk about this new cordial that you guys concocted for this year.
Yeah, so we wanted to do like a sort of a Guinness chocolate. And then we wanted to have it, a little bit different, a little bit like a shortcake. So that's the idea behind this beautifully designed, wanted to do like an ode to Guinness. And so it has like the golden version, and then we did not want to draw harps. But we wanted something on the top.
So
we decided to go with this.
It's basically a rudimentary H in place
Yes.
of harp.
And you I think it's somewhere. I remember when we decided, one of our chocolatier was like, "Hey, I've seen this sign," and we never cross-checked. It's an allusion to the signature-ish.
Oh,
right?
Guinness is signature. It's right on
Yeah,
the
exactly.
side.
So there is a little bit of that too. So that's the inspiration behind it. And we're pairing this with.
Well, we're all pairing differently on this one. I originally went with the Smittix. So Benoit's got the Smittix. That's a beer from Kilkenny.
Mm-hmm.
I could not find Smittix, but I do have another Guinness product, and that is Harp.
Nice.
So
Nice.
you can see the Guinness Harp right there on the side.
You can,
Yeah.
there you go.
Just like we got here.
And mine is a red ale brewed in New Jersey from Seven Tribesmen Iron Forge. There you go.
So the thought about this was to do a black and tan. And Smittix and Guinness is a perfect. I think that's the perfect black.
That's my go-to. St. Patrick's Day. 99% of the beer I will drink on St. Patrick's Day, I always drink on St. Patrick's Day. It's a blacksmith, right? It's a black and tan with Smittix.
Right.
Nice.
And Harp is also considered a black and tan per se.
Sure.
That's when you order a black and tan, you normally do get Harp.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got that going.
Like you walk into an Irish pub and you order a black and tan, you're going to get Harp. If you walk in and if you want Smittix, you got to order a blacksmith. Right.
Yeah. Now, if you walk into an Irish pub in Ireland, you order it as it's a special.
Special.
They call it a
That's
special.
how they call it.
They call it a special.
So I have
Alrighty,
to say, I realize how fortunate I am, because the wine store I went, they actually had already the little St. Patrick decoration, and there is literally a shelf where there was the beers that we wanted to do for this pairing, just waiting for me. Right in front as you open the door. I'm like, I'm very lucky if I can find at least two, and then I know where I could go for the third one.
Well, I consider myself lucky to find this. The neighborhood I live in
they
is
did not have that one.
Well, the neighborhood I live in is very Hispanic. So Dos Equis, Corona, Modelo is probably the biggest seller in this town, and I love that. I usually see people walking around with Modelo.
Modelo right now, I believe that 2025 data came down with the number one selling lager in the United States in 2025 was Modelo.
That doesn't surprise me when I look out my window. I've got a liquor store. I look. If I want to know if the liquor store is open, I just look out my window to see if the gate's open.
You're faster than Google Maps.
It's just down there. They were closed during the blizzard. But yeah, but they didn't have Harp. I had to go to another liquor store to find the Harp. I did get the Guinness there. They always have Guinness, so I'll give them that.
All right, so we can do for the listeners or the watchers, we can do a combination of the Guinness chocolate with all those three. So we can make a
There we go.
opinion.
Are we doing a black? We're doing a black and tan with those. Excuse me.
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna take a bite of this with the Guinness first.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So are you no? Oh, you were gonna. Okay,
Oh no.
yeah.
Okay. No. Wait a second.
No,
I thought you had the Guinness in
The
your hand.
Guinness. The Guinness is the black. The Guinness is the black, and this is the tan.
Right. Okay.
Or is that the right way to?
No. I thought that you had a glass of Guinness in your hand because it looks so dark.
No.
Oh, Smittix is dark. Smittix is dark.
It is
red,
dark. It just looks darker than I'm used to it. So okay.
Okay.
Sláinte, gentlemen. I really like Harp. Wish I had a Smittix stuff.
I have to say the Smittix is almost like lighter than the Guinness.
Oh yeah.
If I say something non-religious here, profanity, but
Oh no, we we didn't allow profanity on the show. We wouldn't have a show. Okay, so we've taken the sip of the beer. What do you think of your Smittix?
So for me, it's a bitter profile than the Guinness. I don't have the creaminess of the Guinness in this one. I think we're closer to a stout, a traditional stout, than what Guinness stands for. You got your red. I don't have a lot of hops. I have mainly the malts, which I like toasted. So it's a nice profile, but you can tell the levers are pulled differently into how it presents itself for the pairing than if it was the Guinness. So I think it would be interesting with the Guinness chocolate to see what happens there.
Yeah.
And Johnny,
what about yours? This is a lager that I've got going.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're kind of getting where I was on the first one with the lager on the first one, but
yep.
With this one, I mean, this is a red ale, so it's not Smittix, but it's a red ale, right? So it's at least the components that there's similarities there, and I see what you're talking about. I do like the way it's pairing. It almost is giving me that, that.
Oh, you went ahead. You went. Oh, you went and did your chocolate already? I haven't gone to the chocolate yet.
No, not yet. You haven't, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so we're ready for it?
Yeah.
All right. Wait, so you see the inside with the crunch.
Oh my God, that is delectable.
And then you have to wait a little bit. The Guinness flavors only come later as it melts. Right about
as now. It melts, right? As it melts.
Yeah. Now you have the bitterness of the Guinness that is contrasting with the chocolate. And that's what you're getting. So keep a little bit melted, and now we're going to do the pairing.
I mean, it's kind of leading me towards where, not entirely, mind you, because the beer is overpowering it a little bit, but I'm getting, it's evoking the flavors of where I would be with a blacksmith, right? With a black and tan with Smittix with it. Like it's taking care of the black part of the black and tan.
What I got with the Smittix was first like a rush of those red fruits that you eat in the summer, like you have a bowl of red fruits. That really came out right off the bat.
100%.
That was interesting. And then there is a second taste, which is mainly the malts. Not the way we had the hops in the first one, mainly malts as a second flavor. So there was like red berries, a little bit of creamy transition, and then onto the malts as the combination, which gives a lot of depth and character. And you were right, in terms of color, I should have it, in front of the clearer background behind me. So definitely not as black as what we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's supposed to be a dark amber red.
Yeah.
So, it was interesting with the lager. With a lot of lagers, you get a crispness to them. That's what a lager should be. It should have a nice crispness to it, but the not Christmas, whole different holiday.
It's got a nice Christmas.
Well, red and green,
beautiful Christmas to it. Yes, but that crispness of a lager, usually there's a little bit of a bite in there from the malts. With the chocolate, it accentuated that bite a little bit and actually pulled some of the hops forward.
Yeah,
is what it wound up doing.
Yeah. And it did it with the red ale
which
too. I think that's the.
It did with the red ale too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would tell you that I've done a lot of Belgian pairings with chocolates, and those 3 beers had the hops coming forward. I never had that with a Belgian beer. Maybe just because of whatever the beers were, but this is a profile which is very consistent across the 3 that we had, and we had more than 3. You had 2 others, and we still have that profile, which is interesting about the Irish beers, I guess.
Well, there's 2 things there. Have you ever done it with a Duvel?
Yes.
And you didn't get that. Then maybe it's the yeast. Belgian yeast is very aggressive in its flavoring of the beer. Yeah. So maybe it's the yeast that's keeping that from happening.
Some beers are malt forward, some beers are hop forward. Belgian beers are yeast forward.
Yeah.
You make a very, very good point. Yes, absolutely. That's true. Yeah. I've never actually realized that, but that's absolutely right. And the contrast with those is actually even more surprising.
Yeah, because we're looking at malt forward
absolute in comparison. Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing how everybody pairs pairs food with beer, right? Pairs food with wine, pairs food with any libation, right? But specifically speaking about beer, pairs food with beer. On our cocktail podcast, we pair cocktails with beer, right? But pairing chocolate with beer, this is the second time we've done this now, and I'm never at a loss for amazement in the different flavors that can get evoked every time you pair, and I paired the same one of the same chocolates with 2 different beers and had 2 completely different experiences.
I think chocolate is incredibly unforgiving when it's about a pairing. Like, you can always enjoy some good meal with a beer or a meal with whatever, good beer.
Sure.
But when you do it with chocolate, there is a very unique profile of flavors, and then it either work or does not work. Like, I think your first experience was in that lane. Where you were like, I think almost nothing happened. I just tasted them side by side.
Right.
There is no real pairing happening. The great pairings are where other things are being extracted or masked from the initial flavor profile.
Right. And
chocolate does that incredibly well.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to do it like a little bit. We're going to improvise the pairing and see how we compare notes. That's how we prepare all the pairings. We just get together and make sure that they work, that there is a story from the pairing, but sometimes it happens that it just does not work. And even if you would like to, it doesn't. So chocolate is incredibly unforgiving for pairings, and we were fortunate to have really 3 great pairings tonight. But that's what I think makes it interesting compared to a lot of other pairings. Is that you really extract something from the experience.
Now, I've got a question for you, because I've done this before and I wasn't all that thrilled. Chocolate and wine.
Yep.
How was it just the person that was running it just didn't know how to pair, or Is it a thing where chocolate and wines don't really go together?
No. They're amazing. I've just done one recently, and wine, right? Champagne is also another story.
Oh, yeah.
Even wines, right? Even wines, absolutely. But again, you need to prepare. And I have a little anecdote. There was a rep who wanted to have our chocolate to present their wines, and they were like, "Hey, you realize this is a Chardonnay at $11 a bottle, and we should find one of the chocolate that goes with it." And honestly, the wine wasn't great, and so we tried with different chocolate, and it was just showing the wine wasn't great. So I'm like, do you have other wines for the experience? And we had other ones, and we found some pairings that were nice. And then at the end, I only had like one chocolate left, and I'm like, okay, we have our 6. And he goes, it's too bad we cannot feature the Chardonnay. It's 11.99. I wish we could do something. And the only chocolate left was a gin and tea. So it's a chocolate with a tea from Bigelow and gin inside. And just made a game with words of gin and tea.
Yeah, I might need that. I know I might need.
Yeah, it's a very nice. And it's full of antioxidant. I mean, I can sell it to you. And
Healthy.
so
100%.
We tried the gin and tea, and then we have a sip of his wine, and it honestly tasted like a gin and tonic. And so I'm like, I'm sorry, but your wine tastes like tonic now, which is kind of making the point it was terrible. And he goes, oh, now we have a story to tell. and I was like, yes, that your wine doesn't taste good. And he was like, well, it's $11.99. We should have it. And so we did that. But to your point, wine is demanding when you pair it with chocolate, but they are absolutely fabulous experiences. Like we've done some, and it's not related with the price. It's not because the wine was cheap, because it was not good that it did not work. But there are amazing pairing with wines where you actually taste the terroir, the minerality of the soil. So when the person who is presenting the wine knows where the wine is coming from, how it's being made, where it's been aged, how was the year that it was, like more sun, more skin, more. And then when you do the pairing, those characters come out. But if you don't know the wine really well, and if it's maybe not a really great product, then it also comes out. Right. So, but I think the most, beer is super interesting because you contrast bitterness of chocolate and bitterness of beer. So I think they're the most interesting. But you can get a lot of really good pairing with wines as well.
That's good to know, because I'm going to be doing a wine and chocolate pairing in Italy, and I hope I haven't wasted my money, but yeah, it's going to be Italian wines and Italian chocolates.
Oh, yeah, that should be nice. It should be nice, and hopefully they have the second level of reading. Not like, okay, it works well. Like by the way, it goes well with roasted pork, but yes, it tastes good. You want more in the story, right? So hopefully they're going to do the pairing that way. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool.
Good. Feel better about that now.
Couple comments really quick. Brian Boak said, can't find the collection on the site. What is it under? We said the Logroom guys. He said, looks like it might be under the St. Patrick's Day box of 4.
Okay, let me check, because I actually checked that it was online, and so we can fix that live right now.
We have the technology.
Just for you, Brian.
Absolutely. Brian. No, we there is no reason to keep it away from you. You're right. The sales chat, it was active, but not on the online sales channel. So here we go. If Brian wants to try again, now it should be okay.
Go ahead and refresh your screen, Brian. Let us know if it worked.
There you go. Logroom guys. Yeah, there it is. Selfish pairing box. There it is.
Yeah.
Actually, the Logroom guys. Yeah, the one that comes up now for the Logroom guys is the one we did last year.
Okay, they did not. Okay, you're gonna get the right one. We need to refresh the flavors, the description. Yeah, okay, I see limoncello biscoff. Yeah, that's last year's. We'll update, and with your permission, we will do the Black Forest as the 4th chocolate.
Oh, absolutely.
We may share the story behind that one.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so
it's
that's
right here.
So you have it there.
Yeah,
right
well,
there.
that's what I ordered, and I had the Black Forest is the favorite cordial that Benoit makes. However, this Guinness one just challenged it for top seed for me.
Thank you.
This one's special. I like this one a lot.
I love it when you have the combination of a drink and a crunch in a chocolate.
And I think that's why I like those two so much, because what I
Yeah.
love about the Black Forest one, you've got that little crunch of the cherry that you put in there.
The cherry is a crazy thing. Can I share how we get that? So
Oh, absolutely.
we buy Bon Maman, jars. Those Bon Maman jars. They have a cherry, and so we remelt the cherry marmalade or jam. We remelt it, and we filter out the fruits. And so those cherries that are in that jar are the quality of cherries that I wanted for the Black Forest. So every time we lose an entire jar of the Bon Maman jam, but we just keep the fruits, and that's how we get to that quality. And it's
I hope you melt it over I hope you're melting it over toast or crumpets or something.
we're still trying to do like a sherry ice cream or something, like as a byproduct of how we use it. But eyes on the prize. We just focus on the cherries. But yes, we still try to find what we do with the discarded jam. So yeah, that's how you get to perfection, right? It's
Yep.
You have to make those choices.
It's called craftsmanship.
Exactly.
Thank you.
When you find that thing to use the extra part of it with, then
yeah, it would be great. But still, we wouldn't change our recipe for the Black Forest.
Of course,
for any reason.
So are we doing that?
For sure.
Are we having the Black Forest?
I don't have anything to pair it with.
Well, I went ahead and poured an extra since we paired the Guinness with the Irish Red Ale. I went ahead and poured a mini Black and Tan with the two.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Okay.
I could probably do the same thing here.
There you go.
Because I have some left over.
And
okay. But I was thinking going a different way with this.
Well, you could do that. I also have a little of both the black and the tan left over independently. So what I figured is I could get 3 bites out of this. I'm going to do all 3.
All right, so I'm going to get one of the Black Forest so we can be on the same wavelength.
Absolutely.
Let's
do something a little different here.
What would that be? By the way, while Ben was getting a Black Forest, Brian Book also said, second beer, Guinness Extra Stout. Friend likes them, and we were out to dinner. Traded one of them for one of my beers and kept his perfect for tonight. Worked out.
Absolutely.
There you go.
There it
is. Right there.
I'm going to do something a little different.
Dave is going to do something different. No, that never happens.
Never happens. And I'm going to depart from. I'm going to depart from beer for this one.
And you have a Malort?
Oh God, I would never pair a chocolate with Malort. I would never do that to a chocolate. No, I'm gonna use a little of gunpowder proof Pusser's rum, and I think if I've got a suspicion as to what will happen, I think it may pull more of the fruit out of the chocolate.
There you go.
We'll see. I don't know.
I have a brand new bottle of Pennsylvania rye that I bought the other day out in Lidditz, Pennsylvania.
Lidditz. Make sure you say it properly.
Lidditz. Lidditz. It's on the first. It's not the. Never mind. Anyway, from Stolen Wolf. Nice. But I'm not going to pair it with that. This was just my self-indulgent way of showing the bottle of rye that I bought.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, so we're going to take a drink of our libations.
Okay.
Yeah. So Johnny, I went the same way as you. I used the Guinness.
Use the for an extra stout with this.
Yeah, with the Smithwick's. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm starting off with molasses and burn on my lips. A little bit of burn.
Molasses and burn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm starting out with a blacksmith, basically. So
Yeah.
there you go.
I have, yeah, it's an probably we have very different combination, but actually in the same lane.
Well, it's two different beers for each of us, but they're very similar.
But I think
The end result is going to be very similar.
Yeah, the fact that for an extra is also 7.5%, I think I did not pour too much in it to make sure that it wouldn't overpower. But I'm curious about what we get. So I'm ready. So Black Forest. So we're using also a Alsace Kirschwasser for the Black Forest, and then a little bit of herring. You know, the herring liqueur.
Sure.
They use for
not the fish.
Singapore sling.
So
right?
Kirschwasser and herring?
Yes, both, because I needed the elevation of the Kirschwasser for the distilled aspect, but then I wanted to ground the flavor of the cherries in the Black Forest cake.
Very
so
nice.
You have the texture from the fruit, you have the taste from the herring, and then you have the alcohol from the Kirschwasser. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
That's Black Forest.
So it starts with that cherry basic flavor.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the Kirschwasser evaporate. You get that moist combined texture because of the cherry, and then the dark chocolate melts.
Well, that's very coating. It's really, I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
So now that's an example of completing flavors.
Yep.
They actually complete each other. There was zero contrast, zero fight, zero disagreement.
Right.
You just expand both of their lane in my pairing.
Yeah, mine as well. Absolutely. It just,
you have more red fruit, more bitterness, more chocolate, more of everything.
They're very simpatico.
Yeah, indulging.
Yeah.
Mine was very much exactly what I thought was going to happen. That caramel, but there's something surprised me in it. That caramel molasses flavor of the rum and the dark chocolate kind of almost canceled each other out to a point. Left the chocolate, not so much dark chocolate anymore.
Okay.
And the cherry really did pop through like I thought it was going to. The thing that surprised me is completely took away the burn of the rum. That was gone. It smoothed the rum right out. Wow. My first sip of rum before I took the sip of I expected it to be different. I expected it to be the opposite way around. I expected the sugars of the chocolate to really enhance that burn. It didn't. It actually smoothed it out. And that was the big surprise for me in this pairing.
I would say this is why I try to never wing a pairing, because you can ask ChatGPT what the tasting notes will be, and you're 80% wrong. It's like what you expect it will be is not what happens. However, what you taste, you would think DNA profile will make that. Some people will taste different things. It's usually pretty consistent, but it's not predictable, which is nice.
It's very unpredictable, and that's the one thing I love the most about it. That 20% of unpredictability makes it all the more better.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Well, that was the thing. It did what I thought it was going to do, and it had a twist at the end.
And with a twist.
Yeah, that was nice.
I got to tell you, the last time I had Kirschwasser, I drank it from a shell.
A shell?
A shell. You don't know the line? Never mind.
No.
Drink Kirschwasser from a shell, San Francisco show and tell. It's from Babylon Sisters from Steely Dan.
Yes, no, I was starting to get there.
All right.
What's also interesting is the flavor that I have. It's cherry, but I'm also getting cake. Chocolate cake and cherry. It's definitely turned it even more so into Black Forest for me.
But you're doing it with a rum, right?
Yep.
So there is something really interesting when we do rums and chocolate, which is you have almost this Caribbean background in your mind in the flavor profile. And then there is usually vanilla. Like for whatever reason, rum and chocolate extrapolate some vanilla. And that might be what the cake reference is in this case. And even if there is very little vanilla, and there is none in our chocolate, but even little vanilla in the flavor profile of the rum, usually that comes out. And then there is some toastiness, which is also coming from. So I don't know if that combination is what you're tasting.
Well,
Um,
you might be
rum is
right.
interesting, yeah.
Well, anytime you get a dark rum, anytime you get a dark spirit, it's barrel aged. And more often than not, it's oak barrel aged. And oak has a compound called vanillin, which is the same compound found in vanilla beans. So, yeah, under certain circumstances, you can really enhance that vanillin, and bring it out so that it really stands forward. So that might be it. That kind of cake, that cakiness that I was getting
from
along.
that flavor.
Yeah.
And you would figure I just did this with independently the red ale and the stout. And the red ale, fruits. The stout, chocolate.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. It's just
Nice.
independent.
With the same chocolate.
With
That's
the
what
same
yeah.
exactly. And then
Whoa. Okay, that was weird. So I had some of the Bailey.
Yeah.
I had some of the Baileys left.
Mine's got.
I had some of the Baileys left, and I took a sip of the rum with the Baileys in my mouth.
Oh yeah.
And it did the exact opposite with the fumes. It really enhanced the burn, which is what I expected the other one to do. Really enhanced the burn. But what's really neat is the burnt sugar notes of the rum. The Bailey's really, I think it was the cream. The cream really brought out those burnt sugar notes because the cream has vanilla in it, knocks down all the vanilla notes. So the caramel aspect of the rum is gone.
Yes.
And you just get that burnt sugar. That was neat. I didn't expect that to do any. I expected that to be a travesty. That was fun.
So you would say Baileys and rum is a home run.
Yeah, I like that one worked. That one worked well.
I'm gonna have to grab another box of these and do it with a couple of do it with some Irish whiskey and some of the Puss's rum, and I'm gonna have to do that. I'm interested.
John, I thought ahead. This one's not good.
I have to say.
Well, I also have to share.
There you go.
Carrie loves her chocolates as well, and if I didn't get her a box of these,
Okay.
big trouble.
Well, you have one right there.
There you go.
So
Fair enough.
All right.
It was fantastic. This was delicious. I got a little bit more of the Black Forest, and I'm debating which one to have it with.
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I'm gonna try the Guinness with the rum. So I've got a little bit of rum left. I have no expectations of this one.
Did you try it with the red ale?
I don't.
Yeah, that might be the way to go. I might do it with that because that was the fruit. That was the one that just all the fruit. The cherry and the herring and the crostlet.
You may just get the opposite.
Yeah.
Like, putting it with it, then you're gonna get only dark chocolate as an outcome. Or the berries may just.
Yeah, it was definitely more complex with the red ale. With the chocolates, it was just chocolate. It was the cherries, the herring and the crostlet was canceled out. It was just the chocolate with the stout. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. We'll do that.
Yeah. I'll say one thing: the Guinness cordial and rum. Don't do that. Just that didn't work. Not the slightest.
And Brian's third beer is his stout and mild. Stout/mild. His mild stout. His mild stout.
Where's he blending a stout with a mild?
Well, no, he made a stout and then he did a second running, so he made a mild. So it was party guy.
I know what it is.
So
already.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. There we go. So let's see.
There we go.
Yeah.
See how this works.
Oh, It's so good.
Wait a little bit. Wait a little bit, Johnny. It really needs to melt completely. Yeah. And then why? Because then the cocoa butter is coating your mouth, so that really completes the tasting experience. By now, you're probably right.
Yeah, it's right about now. Yeah, it's just fantastic. I love Black Forest. Yep. The fruits, the herring and the Kirschwasser is just so accentuated.
So the fruits are coming forward. I was wondering if there's going to be the dark chocolate or the fruits.
Yeah, no, I mean the dark chocolate's there, but the fruits are definitely getting accentuated. Yeah. They're pulling it through it. You know, that's really good. Oh, I love it. Oh, thank you so much for that. That's fantastic.
This was fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it shows how complex Irish beers are. Like it really.
Yeah.
It's you kind of enjoy St. Patrick and just have a good beer, but. No, there is a lot more to tell.
100%. That was great. Oh wow, yeah, definitely get more of that. That's for certain. I'll be hitting up the old website tonight for the Lager Room guys back there.
Yeah, I will make sure we update, but there was no confusion. You will get this year edition.
So it's so the limoncello and the other stuff that was last year's edition. This is the new Lager Room guys pack. There you go.
Absolutely.
And if anybody wants the old Lager Room guys pack,
just put a note when you check out. There was a place where you can add a comment and you can say, please do last year's, and then we can do that.
There you go.
And don't forget to order your lollipops.
Don't forget to order your lollipops. There you go.
Now you've got other products for St. Patrick's Day. You've got the pot of gold.
Yes, we do. They're now put back in the, so we don't leave the products out overnight. So we store them back. I could go get them, but yes, we have.
Just explain it.
Beautiful.
Just explain it. Yeah.
It is a beautiful. I think there might. Just checking quickly. No, they're in the back. So it's a chocolate bonbonniere. So the box is made of chocolate, and then it's designed like a pot of gold. We're during non-perils, those little chocolate coins with all the pearls on it that are green and white, and then we have some of them that are golden as well. And so when you get the pot of gold, you have some of the chocolates that we have tonight, and then some of the non-perils inside, and they come like a beautiful bonbonniere box. So if you want simple chocolate, you eat the box. If you want something a little bit more complex, you eat the content of the box. There you go.
It is.
It's a beautiful. Yeah.
This is the St. Patrick's Day collection.
That's beautiful. Love it.
Yeah. And initially we decided we should have a couple of chocolates for St. Patty, and then it became a real success. Like people come systematically for our chocolate for St. Patrick's, and we didn't really know whether it was going to be a big volume enough that it's worth it to make a collection. And we've been convinced by the customers that actually it was a good idea. And there is a Gaelic club downtown Fairfield, which is a big one. And the Guinness is incredibly cheap on St. Patrick's. So that's where we go. So probably we've been promoting our product unbeknown to us. By just being in the middle of all the people who know how to celebrate well. So there is definitely several connections between Bishop.
Yeah, the Irish know how to celebrate.
Oh well, apparently 23andMe told me that I have some roots from there. So I when you get the answer you want, you don't really question it.
Well, there's an Irish comedian out there that says if you get your DNA done and Irish does not come back, it is a false negative. And he says, because they have shagged their way into every family tree. I love that comedian. I can't remember his name right now, but he's a fantastic comedian.
I think I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name, though.
I think his name's David something, isn't it?
It might be.
I think it's David something.
I'm just completely blank on his name, but I can see him. I can see his face. I can hear his voice. Right? Yep. I just can't think of who it is.
David Nihil.
David Nihil. That's it. You're right.
That's it. David Nihil.
Yep.
Look him up. He is absolutely hilarious.
Brian just commented again. He said it wasn't that. It was a blend of two beers. His stout was the second running of his imperial stout that ended up being overhopped, and then he blended it with his mild. That's what he did.
Okay.
Oh, so he did.
He did a black and brown. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough. Great. This is fantastic. I love this. I love anything that's out that stretches the boundaries of anyone's palate is especially mine. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I can appreciate somebody else's palate getting stretched, but
I always say that
right?
when customers look at the shelf, and I'm like, it's great to look at, but it's much better when you taste it.
It's much better when you taste it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Your chocolates are first a feast for the eyes,
Correct.
and then one for the mouth.
Yeah,
There we go.
exactly. That's fantastic. So what? So now, what other holidays are big in your? Will Easter be something that you?
So Easter is big. A lot of milk chocolate. We also are crazy enough to do like the little Easter eggs with our praline inside.
Nice.
So our praline is 60% hazelnut, 40% almonds. When you do that in small batch, you have like a natural crunch because the oil is sweating out of the nuts. You understand my sentence the way you want, but and so it actually and it's recrystallizing the sugar. So industrial praline, you just roast all the nuts separately, and then you add sugar and you crunch it into a Nutella. But the real way of doing a praline is you roast the sugar with the nuts, and then they recrystallize the sugar, which becomes a lot harder when it cools down. And as a consequence, when it's crushed into a paste, you get a crunch which has a better extraction of the oil from the hazelnut, which is in the sugar too. Sure. And so that praline is the right way of doing a praline. You then blend it with milk chocolate, and that's what's inside our Easter eggs. Nice. So we should never do like a mass product which we sell in bags with that quality of product inside. But heck, it is Easter, and so that's what we do. And so we have bunnies and beautiful big eggs and all that stuff. So it's usually a family holiday. Valentine's is the Super Bowl.
Of course.
We're I don't know how many women are on the call, but between us, all men are late for Valentine's gifts. And,
always.
Obviously, one thing that women love is chocolate. So we're the recipient of a lot of guilty buyers who feel that they are buying their present too late. So the closer you get to the 14th of Feb, the bigger money they spend. So you think that you're going to have a spike, and then as you get closer, people have already done their shopping.
Oh.
For Valentine's Day, it's exactly the opposite.
Yeah, absolutely.
So last year we had a guy call at 7 p.m. asking if we still had some chocolate, and my answer to him was, "Oh, so you're that guy?" You just find out.
You just you have to own it at that point. You have
at that point. And I still had chocolate, so I could challenge play with him a little bit. But that's what's happening. So Valentine's Day is actually a really demanding holiday. But most of the real big season is the end of the year when we have the families doing gifts and then corporations sending gifts of appreciation to their team. So that's actually most of the volume. But Easter is huge.
Well, I think going forward, obviously we've done 2 of these now. I think next year we because we did the beginning of February, we did the first show in February last year. We did the last show in February this year. So we'll do one into March next year for Easter.
That would be super cool.
Right? And then we'll have to do one. I think we'll have to do a Christmas one. But maybe the one after that. Maybe we don't wait all the way to Christmas unless we do it later next year. We do a Christmas in July.
Yeah, we can do Christmas in July. We can also
because he won't have his Christmas chocolates.
We can also do Thanksgiving. There is a lot of flavors that we for that opportunity. And again,
Right.
you know, who doesn't want to fall back onto some really good ales for Thanksgiving?
Oh, of course.
So, you know, there is a
Yeah,
lot
because
of
Dave
material
and I
there.
don't drink beer on
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
no, of course.
No.
There is no such thing as dry Thanksgiving.
That's for sure. So maybe what we do is next year, a little bit further into March, we do Easter, and
Yeah.
then later next year we do Christmas,
Or later this year.
or
It's
later
up to
this
you.
year, and then
Why wait till
and then
next
the
year?
and then next year, and then the year after, or the following year, or later next year, we'll do Thanksgiving. We can do that.
Yeah.
We'll hit
We'll hit all of the bigger
We
chocolate
do a
holidays,
prequel.
right? We'll do a prequel, right? Exactly. Works for me. All right. Before we wrap anything up, and we'll talk a little bit more. I know you got to bail very shortly because you got an event to attend.
Thank you.
But we do have a top three to attend to, and the top three top three this year. I was going to say top three this week is based on what has happened in the Northeast these past several days. Top three favorite snow-related activities. Top three favorite snow-related activities. These could be something you do all the time when it snows. Could be something you used to do as a kid, earlier in your adulthood, teenager, whatever. Top three favorite snow-related activities. Benoit, please kick us off.
Yeah, so the first one is actually something. So, you know, I'm from Belgium, but my wife is from Quebec. And so there is something magical in Quebec, which is called tir d'érable. And so tir d'érable is when you concentrate further maple syrup and it becomes a candy, but it's still liquid. And when you pour it over snow, it actually makes a little lollipop. You can pour it over snow and then you wrap it around a wooden stick. And
I'm going to need that right now.
I think this is an amazing, and honestly, they poured that over fresh snow, and it's just magnificent because you have the soft melted candy like maple syrup with the crystals of the snow, and I mean, people say you shouldn't eat too much and it's too much sugar, and you go, no, I think natural sugar is good for my health. So that's the first one. I think it's an ode to a snow day. When you're done shoveling, you want to do that to get back some energy. So that's my number one. A little insider's note. My wife wanted to do it this year, and we had plenty of opportunities. And we've been so busy we haven't done it yet. So we still have a few days before all the snow is gone to actually make sure it happens. But that's number one.
Just
spell that for me.
So tir is TIRE.
Mm-hmm.
And then d'érable is d'ERABLE, which is
beautiful.
Tir d'érable.
Tir d'érable.
John loves maple syrup, so he will be doing
that will be
and there is a way to measure that you evaporate it to the right concentration so that you don't pour maple syrup in snow, but it actually is going to stay over. So there are a few tricks, but yes, that's number one. Number two is I definitely enjoy really good hot cocoa when there is snow. There is something magical about the contrast of, you know, the cold and the hot, and how hot cocoa is actually not that sweet when it's a real one that is mainly chocolate and not sugar. Right. And I think when you have that right amount of whipped cream on top, and you just feel like you look cool when you enjoy your hot cocoa and there is snow outside. There is something magical about the combination of snowflakes and that. So that's my second one. Activity. I think it goes back to maybe before when I was 15 or something like that. Yeah. I had this moment, you know, where hot cocoa is actually the right drink for that. And then the third one, we don't do that much in US, but it's again connected with Quebec because when it comes to snow, they have plenty and they have it for a long time, but it's snowmobile. I really had the pleasure to go like 2 or 3 days where you, I think they have 9,000 miles of snowmobile tracks in Quebec alone. And then you buy a pass, which gives you access to the track, and the pass pays for the maintenance and the signs and everything. Right. And so you go one day into, honestly, calendars like landscapes. And after, you know, riding for a day, you get to a log home where they have, you know, local hunt beavers and whatever it is that is for dinner. And then the next day you go back on your snowmobile and you go another direction, ride over a lake, all of those things that are familiar for snowmobile lovers. But when you come from Europe or you come from an area where there is less snow, it's simply magical. So I would say those are my top 3 snow activities for the show.
There you go. Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah.
Samurai?
And in New York State, Old Forge for New York State is the snowmobile capital of New York.
Okay.
If you don't get all the way to Canada, but you know what? Getting to Quebec
Yep.
is just as long as getting to Old Forge. So
It's the same. Okay, well then
So
we
my
have to
3.
try it.
There you go. Samurai.
So my 3 all really come from my childhood. Well, one doesn't. One comes from my children's childhood, and that's my number 1. But my number 3 starts off with snow forts and snowball fights. You know, you use, so when the snow plows would come through, you get that bank of snow, then you start packing it together, making the crenellation to get your fort walls and all that.
Okay.
You build it around, then you get your stock of snowballs behind the wall, take on the guys at the other side of the street. And that, you know, I miss those days, with that kind of violent innocence, so to speak. So that's number 3. Number 2, it was one of my favorite memories from childhood is sledding. We would sled on this golf course. And I remember one time my friend and I lost our way, and we wound up going over this hill, which I don't know how we survived the fall. And then we went sledding right across something and then dropped. We didn't know what it was. Then when we landed, we realized we were in the middle of where all the golf carts are kept. We had slid right off the roof of the golf cart house. And the groundskeeper was there, and he looked up and goes, well, where'd you 2 come from? We came from up there. He's like, all right, well, the hill's over there. So he told us how to get back. I was surprised we survived the stuff we did. If you've ever read Calvin and Hobbes, all those comic strips, and see what he did on his sled, that's what we did. All of that stuff. But my number 1, and I'm not doing this to make me sound like a good guy or anything, because there's a underlying thing here. But when I had a house in the neighborhood, the neighbor was an elderly woman, and me and the guy across the street, we wouldn't wait each other out to see who would start shoveling first. We'd actually try to beat each other to get out there to shovel first, because we knew that when we were done shoveling, we go help the old lady next door, and we love to do that. And what was very rewarding about that is my youngest son, he used to love to come out and help us do that. We'd send him up to the top because he was so small, and he started at the top of her stairs and then come on down. She'd come out of her house to start to shovel. We'd yell at her to get back in her damn house. Like, we've got this. We enjoy this. And we come down. He'd come down those stairs. He'd clear the stairs off. We'd clean out the driveway. Made us feel good. Did a job for them. And it also taught my son a lesson about, taking care of your neighbor. And my older son, of course, he'd be in the house on his video games, not helping us whatsoever. So I'd come in, I'd make hot chocolate, and my older son would come like, well, where's my hot chocolate? I'm like, you weren't out in the snow. You don't get any hot chocolate. Don't work that way. So those are my top.
Those are your top 3?
Yep.
All right. Beautiful. Oh, well. All right. Mine, easy peasy. I wasn't going to do an honorable mention, but I'm going to do an honorable mention. Okay. Based on what Benoit said before about the maple syrup on the snow. Okay. Jess and I have a long-standing tradition when there's a large snowfall, not a dusting, obviously, but a larger snowfall. One of the first things we do before we even shovel is we make snow margaritas.
Oh.
Okay. We make snow margaritas. Okay.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah. So we go outside and with our margarita glasses and we get some fresh snow, okay, into the glasses. And then we make a pitcher of margaritas and we pour the margaritas over the fresh snow and drink the snow margaritas. And of course, as long as the pitcher lasts, we get more snow and make more snow margaritas. Yeah, so
of course.
That's what we do as far as that goes. I wasn't going to put that on there, but I definitely had to bring that up. But that's definitely an honorable mention for me. Snow margaritas, fantastic. If you haven't done it, do it, because I don't know whether you like margaritas, you like tequila or anything like that, but something about that fresh snow, as opposed to, putting it over ice, right? And then, hold on. Somebody just commented in. Jessica says best part of the day. She said,
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, it's absolutely delicious. I'm not even kidding. Try it. It's really, really good. Anyway, so that's my honorable mention. My number 3 is, and this obviously doesn't come from my childhood by any means, is bourbon and cigars sitting at a fire pit. Now, granted, if it's 20 below zero with a wind chill and 50-mile-an-hour winds, that's not happening. But if there's a light snowfall and you can sit at a fire pit where the fire pit's warming you up, I absolutely love sitting there with a nice coat on, having a cigar and a bourbon with the fire pit warming me with snow outside. I love it. I love doing that. My number 2 is self-serving with the kids. And it's multiple. I'll include all of it, right? Sledding, building snowmen, hot chocolate, everything with the kids, right? Going for a sleigh ride, building the snowman, so forth and so on. And my number 1, and Dave knows this, and we've talked about before, and that's skiing. Now, I have not skied in many years because let's face it, I fucked up my knee pretty good several times. But
no details.
No details need to be mentioned. But yeah, I still, if I could go to honestly, I would go to a ski resort and sit in a lodge and watch the skiing and have a drink and just sit there and look at it. Yeah, I mean, I can still ski, not like I used to with my knees, but I can still go out there and
no swooshing.
No, we could just tour, right? Just beginner trails, just take it easy and go down. But yeah, skiing, I absolutely love skiing. One of my favorite activities from when I was a kid all the way up. I just always was on a pair of skis in the winter. So there you go. That's my top.
All right.
I think I give you a word to the margarita one. I was almost going to say, I wish we have an upcoming snow day, but I think we all had enough by now.
We definitely had enough by now, but
it's worth it trying.
I just heard that we might actually be looking at
Friday.
No, we're getting something on Friday, but next Monday we might be looking at another foot.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Well, and then margarita.
Snow margaritas.
Right.
There you go.
Getting the little wink for my next event.
There you go. All right. Benoit, Dave and I will wrap up the show, but we want to thank you so much for coming on. We want to thank you for the pairing. We want to thank you for the chocolates. It's been amazing. Every time you come on, we love the flavors that we get and the experience that Dave and I both have. Every time you come on,
absolutely.
Thank you.
It's amazing. We love it.
I think this one completed really well, the first one, so I'm looking forward to the next one.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
As are we.
Thank you. It's a great experience for me too. I really love it.
You got it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ben.
We'll talk to you.
Have fun tonight.
Yes. Enjoy. So there you go. That was great.
Oh, that was
fun. I love when he comes on. I love when he comes on.
So do
you have any beer?
I got.
You have any beer left? Or you finished it?
No, I've got some beer left.
Yeah, I'm just gonna finish I got a few little things here. So
I'm just finishing that box of Forest. Not with beer, just to enjoy
that.
The problem.
I got to be honest with you. I absolutely adored all 4 of those chocolates. The Jameson was stupid good.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. So, folks, Chocolat. It's BECHOCAT.
BECH.
No, you threw me. You threw off. There's an L in there.
BECHOCLAT.
You left an O out. Chocolat.
BECHOCOLAT.
That's it right there. .com. John had to buy a few vowels.
Cost me $250, but whatever.
Few vowels. Anyway, so go to the website. Absolutely 100% go to that website. Oh my God, his chocolates are so good. The first time we had him on the show, after the show, I probably ordered weekly for about 2 months.
I ordered a bunch myself. I did, and we know. I think Brian beat both of us.
Did he really?
Believe, Brian, you're still watching. Let us know. I definitely think you beat both of us with ordering after last year's show.
Oh,
between
my
last
God.
year and now
Love
this
his-
year, obviously. So
I did buy a bunch of stuff for Christmases,
yes,
of
you do.
course.
Right.
When that came around, I got a bunch of the Santa Clauses that he has. He's got them in milk and dark.
We still got to get
chocolate.
up there. We got to take a ride one day.
Yes, I'm afraid that if we sat down and drank with Benoit, we'd have to stay in Fairfield.
Oh, of course.
We'd have to, because Benoit's Belgian.
Yes, he is.
The Belgians like to drink.
They do.
They really, really do.
And if that was,
As many know, I was in Belgium this past year and sat down and drank with some Belgians, and I was done, and they're like, "Oh, where are you going?"
oh, we're just getting started here.
It's like, oh my God, I had that. So when you talk about you talk about the Germans, you talk about the Irish. Do not forget the
No, do
Belgians.
not.
They can throw down.
Brian said, "My wife loves the dark chocolate, 100%." Yeah, as do I. As does Dave. As does everybody, right?
Yep.
I mean,
that's my favorite.
and speaking of that, now this in no
That's
way compares to Benoit's chocolates. Okay, and I think last year we actually had the conversation with Benoit that like Hershey's is like the guilty pleasure of his. I think he said something to that effect.
Was it? Well, here's the interesting thing about Hershey's and Nestle's and American chocolate. I finally learned why Europeans despise American chocolate so much.
Go ahead.
What it is in Europe, usually if you're a chocolatier and you're making chocolate, the milk that you're making your chocolate with is coming from a dairy that's just down the lane. It's right there. So you've got this fresh milk that's coming to your chocolate shop, and you're making your chocolate with fresh milk that was probably milk
A
that
day or day before, right? Exactly.
And that's the geography of it. The European countries are so small compared to the United States that this can happen. The United States is so large that there's times when you've got a chocolatier, they're making their chocolate, but they're nowhere near a dairy. So to get the chocolate there,
Get the milk there.
without it spoiling.
To get the milk there.
To get the milk there. Without it spoiling, they have to add a chemical. The chemical that they add is the same chemical, the same acid that is in your stomach and that comes up in vomit. And that's why when the English say it tastes like American chocolate tastes like puke, there's a reason they think it tastes like puke, because it's got the same
Now I will
element.
tell you this, because just
Now that's
not all chocolate in America, right? But I will tell you this specifically. We mentioned Hershey's, and Jess and I were just at Hershey 2 days ago, and the reason Mr. Hershey opened Hershey's where he opened Hershey's, and quite frankly, we learned built the town. Like when he didn't, like when he came back, he built Hershey, right? There's a reason the town is called Hershey, because he built it, right? But he chose there because it's the dairy farms are right there. So he gets fresh milk all the time right there, so he doesn't have to add that chemical. There you go. So hence that. So that's why Benoit said last year, he says like it's a guilty pleasure of his. But like it's like somebody and somebody pointed this out to me a long time ago. Here's the analogy I use, right? I was going on a commercial. I was going on a commercial shoot with a guy, I had a cameraman with me, and he had to stop. I was riding with him, and he had to stop and get gas. He says, and he was a cigar lover like I am, right? And he goes, "You want a cigar?" I'm like, "Absolutely." He goes in while he's gassing up. I'm sitting in this car, and he goes in and he goes into the shop that's right there, and he comes out and he's got 2 Phillies blunts. All right, and I'm like, "What the fuck are those?" Right? No offense to anybody that smokes Phillies blunts, and I don't think there are many people that do anyway, or at least don't watch the show. But in any event, I said, "What the hell are those?" And he says, "Let me ask you a question." He says, "Do you love filet mignon?" I'm like, "Of course." He says, "Do you eat Big Macs?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, and then he reaches in the back of his car and he pulls out 2 Arturo Fuentes. He said, "Filet mignons," and he holds up the Phillies blunts. Big Macs. There you go. He goes, "What while we're setting up, we can chew on these. These are for after, and he held up the Fuente. So I'm like, all right, I get your point. There you go. All right, fair enough.
Well
there
done.
you go.
Well, we need to hurry up because I don't, unlike Brian Boak, I don't have a bottle to. You know what I'm
You don't
saying?
have a bottle to go to?
No, I need a bio break.
You need a bio break, and I need a food break.
Yep. So let's
We
wrap
should
up.
wrap up the show.
So John can fill his stomach, and I can empty
There you
my
go.
bladder.
Kind of a symbiotic relationship. There you go.
Yeah.
All
Sort
right.
of.
Well, on that note, we will wrap up the show for today. We want to thank everybody for watching, and for those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.lagerroom.com. That's LAGERROOM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, our YouTube channel. All of them are at The Lager Room. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch every Tuesday night around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Tonight was a special Wednesday edition.
Yes.
7+ p.m. edition, but
Because yesterday was Jess's birthday.
Happy birthday, Jess. And I'm glad we're doing that right now because happy birthday, Jessica, from yesterday, belated, if you will. And today is Rachel, my daughter, Rachel. Her last name is not my last name anymore. She's married.
Is not.
But happy birthday.
You managed to foist her off on somebody.
Yes, happy birthday.
Cost you a lot, but
happy birthday, Rachel. Happy birthday, Jessica. Happy birthday, Rachel. Happy birthday, everybody that's sharing a birthday today or yesterday or in the near future. But on that note, usually around 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday nights. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Pandora, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, iTunes Music, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, Castbox, Deezer, Podchaser, Listen Notes. Pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you will find the Lager Room Guys Craft Beer Podcast. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds, and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. We thank Benoit for coming on the show. We always do. And I think that's a good idea. I think I say we get him on. I think we split it up. We'll do Thanksgiving this year. We'll do Easter next year, and then Christmas next year. And that covers all 5, right? But
we'll see if we can slide him into the Christmas.
We'll slide him into the Christmas shenanigans. That'd be great. And we got a lot of good shows coming up, so check us out. We'll be back next Tuesday. But on that note, have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Drink a lot of beer, but drink responsibly. And we'll talk to you next week, folks. Take care. Cheers.